Okay, so today we are going to be working with the slice function. And this is actually one of my favorite tools in Design Space. So we're just going to talk a few ways that you would be using it. So probably the most basic way is just slicing like part of an image or a shape or something. So let's just enter like a square and then maybe like a star or something. So say you want kind of an angle or something down at the end of this square or something. So a slice will cut out two parts of an image or a font that are overlapping each other. So let me just make this a different color so you can see it. Okay, so right now you have the two separate pieces. So to slice it, we need to actually select both of these. So there's two different ways. I always use a mouse and my cursor, and I just click it and hold it down and pull a box over them. So they both are selected. So you'll even see over here in the layers panel, both of these are light gray. It means they're selected. Or if you don't want to use that, you can always click on this, hold down your shift key and click on the other one. And then both of them will be selected. So now when they're both selected, you'll notice that these bottom right functions come up and we can click on slice. So you're left with both layers of the slice. So you can move each part away and move this one. And you'll see you're left with that slice, which was the top one, and then the bottom one. So all of these, I just X them out if you don't want them. And so now you're left with a different type of corner if that was something you wanted. Okay, so that's just kind of basically what slice does. It cuts two images apart to do like edges, or it can do, say, like a kind of like a punch out, I guess people would call it, or a knockout. So if you want to say like put something on a shirt and have the white of the background of a name showing. So let's do an image this time, and we'll do like a heart. Okay, so let's just grab this heart here and insert it. And you can rotate it if you want it straight. And then I'm just going to use the double arrows to make it bigger. So say I want to punch out a name. Let's just use Nate's ABCs, and we're going to type in Emma here. Okay. And put that in here. And you can even center these just to make sure they're perfectly aligned. And again, I'm using my cursor and putting that box around both of them. So now I can come down here to slice and click that. And then when I move it away, you'll see that that Emma was sliced out of there. And I can delete the top layer and the bottom layer. So this will show up. Anything you see through here is going to be blank. So if I was to put, this peach heart on a shirt, a white shirt, I would see the white of those letters back there. So that's probably another common way you would use slice. Another thing I use it for is sometimes to slice parts of images that I don't want. So let's go into images and say, let's just take that out and grab. Okay, so let's click on this just to show you. Okay, so say if I brought this in and say I don't want, these two on the side. You'll notice that these two are grouped. So the one thing with slice is you can only cut one layer at a time. So if you're trying to cut two and that slice is not coming up, that's probably why. So at first I'm going to ungroup these. And you'll see now even that there's the red layer and then just the green layer. But you'll see within this green, it is only the green and not the red parts. So let me just show you first what I'm talking about. So say I'm going to enter a square here and put it over here. maybe rotate it just a little bit so I don't get that green or there. So you can also do this with the contour tool, and I will link that video below on how to do that. But before I really understood the contour tool, I used slicing a lot. So you can really do it either way. So say I want to cut this. You'll notice when I'm going to use my cursor and again and just drag. I don't even need to get everything in that square. As long as it's just over it, it will grab everything. But you'll notice it actually grabs that red part too, because the red is within here. And that slice will not come up now because I actually have 3 things selected, not just 2. So again, we need to get to that just the red layer. So what I'm going to do to make it easier is actually I'm just going to hide this layer. So now I just have these 2. So now when I put a box over these, you'll see that the slice comes up because I'm only working with 1. So I'm going to click on slice. And you'll notice that I'm going to click out the gray, and now I can click out that green one. So now these 2 are left. So say I want to do the same thing with that one. I'm going to insert another shape, a square. And again, so it covers that, and click on the slice. So now I'm going to delete all of these. So now I'm actually going to show the red, because you'll see now that I have all these things still left. So now I can go in and add a square here. To delete out these ones. I'm just going to duplicate these so I don't have to get 2 in there. Just going to move this one out of the way for now so I can slice these. So I'm going to hide the green again so I don't grab that one. And just grab these 2, click slice, and you'll see that those slices come right out of there. You can see them. I'm going to click on the gray layer and delete it, and now, actually I'm just going to click on my layer here to get this one because it's wanting to do all of them. So I'm going to do the same thing with this side over here. Again, use my cursor, grab all of those, and click slice. And then delete that one out. And it's just because this layer is in front of that other layer, that's why it keeps clicking on this. So I'm just going to click on the layers panel so I grab them and just X that out. And again on my layers and X that out. So then I'm going to unhide this one so I can see it. So now we have that without those there. So now you can put a box around this whole thing and group it back up. So you can do that with almost any image. So say even like something like this one. Let me make it smaller. Let's go to 5. So say you want just the top and the bottom, but you don't want the hot cocoa because you want to put images of marshmallows or peppermint or something in here. Again, I would grab a shape, a square, and unlock it so I can change the size and just make it long so it covers up all of the letters. And again, I can click on this, hold my shift, and click on this to grab both of them, and then click the slice down here. And then I'm just going to click on this one and actually move it out. So now there is nothing left in there. And you can use that hot cocoa and use this to put it on, or exit out so you don't have it anymore. Okay, so the one thing with slice, say if we put in like a shape, like if you just want a half of a circle, and let's get a square, because sometimes I used to try this and wonder why it didn't work. I'm going to unlock that and just kind of make this a long line. So say we were to do that, and I'm just trying to slice this circle in half. If if I go like this and then click slice, it's just going to slice out the one that's in between it. So this is still going to be grouped together. I can't like move this apart to put like a word or anything in there but at all. So what you need to do, let me go back. I'm just hitting my Control Z to undo all of this. Instead of making a thin line, I'm actually going to slice it with the whole rectangle so that the circle, it is all covered up, because again it's going to slice out anything that is overlapping. So I will put this in a box and slice it, and now I have this one and I have this one. Okay, so now I can move these apart, put a word in there, do whatever I want with it. Okay, so those are the main things that you'll probably use the slice function for. And let me know if you have any questions.